Hey, how's it going, everybody? So today I'm going to be going over my MP5 build that everybody keeps asking me about every day because they see me using it in the lab all the time. So I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of my preferred gun to use in the lab, which is this little cheeky MP5 here. So recently they have added in the ability to put an Osprey suppressor, or I think you can put a hybrid suppressor on it as well. I'm not 100% sure. I've just been running with the Osprey, with the inclusion of this new little bracket at the end of the MP5, a new little like 3-lug threaded adapter that you can put on instead of the original one that comes with the gun. So as far as the MP5 goes, I'm just going to go through piece by piece. The optic that I use is this, the Valde 1P87 holographic from Prapora level 3. What else we got on here? The Osprey suppressor is from level 3 mechanic. This RK1 pistol grip, the Zenit RK1 pistol grip, is from level 4 mechanic. Just super recoil reduction, extra ergonomics. It's really nice, and it gives you that kind of light machine gun feel to whatever weapon you're putting it on. What else we got on here? So you go to Peacekeeper. You go to Peacekeeper level 2, down at the bottom here, you have the MFI HK Universal Low Profile Scope Mount. This is what you need to put an optic on top of your MP5. And then also up here, I'm using the HK A3 old stock model. So this is just better than the default stock. I believe it gives, what is it? Is it more ergonomics? Yeah, it gives a little bit more ergonomics for like 1% less recoil. It doesn't really make a difference. You don't have to put it on there if you don't want to. It just looks cooler. So that's why I tend to run that on there, because I like my guns looking all fancy. And then I've just slapped a laser on there from level 3 skier. Nothing else too fancy. Some people might have noticed that I'm running PSO GZHs in my MP5 as well. The reason for that is they have 60 base damage. That means they'll one-tap the scav raiders in the head. That's why a lot of people are going to be running PSO GZHs. You can use these in your pistols. It will also one-tap them in the head. LRNPC rounds for the TT will also one-tap them in the head. And there's a bunch of other rounds as well for the TT that'll also one-tap, other 9mm rounds, other rounds for the like the PM pistol. So for like your APB, the APS, if you look up the ammo chart, you'll find other ammos there that have 60 baseline damage that you'll be able to run. Super cost effective. Get the raiders into a choke, shoot them right in the head, and off you go to the races. So that's how I mod the MP5s that I run. Yes, it's kind of a waste of money. Can you achieve basically the exact same thing for much cheaper? Of course you can. I just like to run fancy looking guns because it's fun, and I think they're cool. So this is another MP5 I've got here. This is a bog standard MP5 I just bought from Peacekeeper. It's like, how much is it? Let's have a look here. So it is $352. It is dirt cheap. And I just put one of those low profile scope mounts on there, and I stuck a PK06 on it. That's literally it. I haven't done anything else to this gun. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys into a little offline factory raid and show you guys what the recoil's like. And yeah, you can be the judge yourself there on what you think of the recoil off these. So here we are, back into an offline factory raid. I'm just going to go over here to the spot that we usually stand in when we're showing off guns and stuff. So I'm going to just chill here. So the MP5, for those of you who don't know, can be run in single fire, burst fire. I don't know how I feel about the burst fire. It's pretty accurate close, but it does start to get a spread at long range. And then there's full auto. So this is the recoil on a full auto MP5, completely built the way that I have it here. So I'm just going to stand here and hold down the trigger for the 50 rounds. As you can see, there's basically no recoil at all. It has a little bit of a jump at the start, but like once, you know, you get the first 5 to 10 rounds out of there, laser beam. And that's at a fairly decent distance. Like, we're talking about a submachine gun here. From here to there, having that kind of like spray pattern and accuracy, like, it's pretty good for a submachine gun. So there she is. And now I'm going to show you the super budget version. So this is just a regular MP5. As I said, I just put the low profile scope mount on there and stuck a PK06 on top of it. So I'm going to go full auto, and then we're going to spray it full auto. I'll put a 50 rounder in here as well. But just bear in mind that obviously with the 50 round here, you're just going to get more bullets. It's only 20 more. You don't need that to do well on lab. Obviously, these are much more cost effective. These, the price of these, especially if you're buying them off the flea market, is going to really eat into your profits when you're farming lab. It's going to kill you. People are selling these 50 rounders on the MP5s on the flea market for a ridiculous price. Do not buy them off the flea market. They're going for like at least 50, 60k each. And you can buy them for what is it, like 100 and something euros, 200 euros or something like that. It's somewhere around there, but it's a lot cheaper anyway, especially if you farm euros on shoreline, or you know, you hit safes a lot and you've got a bunch of euros built up and you haven't been spending it all on items cases and weapon cases and stuff. So I'm just going to full auto this, same position as before, shooting at the same spot as before. As you guys can see, there isn't really much of a difference between between the two guns. The two setups are almost identical. There is a little bit of a difference. The other one is a bit more of a laser beam, but honestly, this thing's just a little bit more fun. You know, it just looks cooler, sounds cooler. You know, it's got a nicer optic on it and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's down to personal preference, but if you want to like have really cost-effective runs, just run this. You're not going to be shooting scav raiders at this distance anyway. Likely what you'll be doing is, say this is the door to the arsenal. You're going to be standing right here on the corner. You're going to be leaning around the corner by the... What's it called? Is it like a little water tank on the corner? They're going to come up to the door. You're going to see them through the door. They're going to open the door. They're going to walk in and go, "Suko blet," and you're going to shoot them in the head. And then you're going to close the door and you're going to loot them. You know, their leg is hanging through the door or whatever, and you'll just be able to loot them then. Or whatever door on lab you happen to be using, let's say. Also, for those of you that are wondering why there's a DRX or an Elkin in my inventory, I will often run this optic too. And like, people think I'm trolling or something when I like put an Elkin onto this gun, but as you can see, I'm just gonna go full auto. You know, you can really zone in on what you're shooting at. And even the 1x, it's a 1x 4x scope, I believe. Yeah, 1x 4x. It definitely seems like a little bit more than a 1x. But I run this scope even on factory, so for like long corridors, stuff like that, you know, glass corridor, you can snipe all the way down to the people that are at the back by the forklifts. Up there, just outside the office, that corridor there, you know, even looking into tiles, and there's a couple of other spots where, you know, having a scope like this will give you a bit of an advantage over somebody. But I mean, just having this little optic on there, you know, it does cost a little bit more, but it gives you that extra range. I have very easily one-tap scav raiders like across the map on lab, like, with like very little effort. It's super easy. Honestly, you can run around with this thing on one single fire and just go, you know, just accounting for like the tiniest little bit of bullet drop at like the longest ranges you'd be fighting at. But yeah, if you've never tried out the Elkin, I'd suggest try it on an MP5. It's a lot of fun. And I'm pretty sure that's more or less all I wanted to go over. So yeah, pretty much making that video for everybody out there that keeps asking me about my MP5 build and like, well, what is that? Like, why are you using this? Why are you using PSOs? So I'll just be able to link that video to these people in future. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't tried out the MP5 yet, and especially going out to all the new players there that are using trial keys and never played Tarkov before, don't use AKUs early game. Sell all your AKUs, sell all your AKs, run MP5s. MP5s, they're a little bit more expensive, but they've got such little recoil and it'll train you to aim for the face. You always need to be shooting for the face. Don't get into this, shoot him in the legs, you know, just shoot him in the head. It's the best way to guarantee people will die. And I tell people all that all the time. They're like, oh, should I be shooting people in the legs? I'm not, who's teaching you this? Who's teaching you this? Don't do that. You know, it's not you know, I don't know. It's just from like a background of like, you know, playing first person shooters. It's like, what other game can you think of where you shoot people in the legs? I get it's a viable strategy, but guys, just shoot people in the face. At least with the MP5. And yeah, you'll find you'll win more encounters because they're going to die faster if you shoot them in the head. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you have any suggestions for me for any future videos, leave a comment. And yeah, I will catch you guys on the stream. I'll be live not too long after this video comes out, actually. So I'll be live probably right now at twitch.tv/TweaK if you guys want to come check out the channel. Links are in the description, all that kind of stuff. So guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.